so how did I grow up? I grew up in a small town. And maybe the best thing for me is I grew up in isolation of what everyone else was doing. And I come out here and I thought, I read about the pros and I thought that they were so good. But I get out and they're just people. Because you read about them and they seem like gods, especially in a little kid. I can't tell you how many people come up to me and they go, I thought you'd be bigger. I thought you'd be literally painful. But see, they're going through the same thing as we all do. That's what these guys advertising at the park, they do this professionally. Make people bigger than they are. Rely on that. Keep the illusion alive. Buy my board. So anyway, I came from a small town, and part of my gift was isolation. And I just was free to like, well, what do I feel like doing? I want to do this. So you have an idea and you incubate that. You tumble it around, and you tumble and tumble and tumble and tumble and tumble, and you get something, and that's unadulterated joy is to have an idea and see it manifest. I grew up, my father was very successful. And my mom, they're all intellectuals, supercharged intellectuals. But that's where I came from, a lot of success. On their end, they wanted the best for me. Skateboarding was the last thing they wanted.
What made you pick up a skateboard for the first time, and what was that experience like your first time?
I wasn't allowed to.
Really?
So I think that there's something to that, you know.
Why not?
Dad was a dentist. He goes, first thing you'll do is you knock your teeth out, which I did. Lots of these guys. But he goes, no, they're bums, number one. Number two, you'll hurt yourself. A lot. So he had a reason he wanted to protect me. He said no. My dad, no means no. And I begged. So he goes, first time you get hurt, you quit? Okay. And so from then on it started, and I was like one complete pad little kid, you know. So I just went. And it's funny, I think the lesson that the first day I did, I fell on my teeth. Killed my teeth. So much blood when you get hit in the mouth, you bleed a lot, right? Yeah. Good connection, right?
Was it the first time you went skating?
Oh no, sorry. It was the first time I got really hurt.
Oh yeah.
Like got to see a doctor, and I was blood all over, and I was crying. I was like 11, and he goes, "What are you crying about?" And I was sniffling, and I go, "I just don't want you to make me quit." And I remember it took him aback, and it was for that very reason he allowed me to keep going, because I wasn't crying about pain or anything else. And that was something that and I see that was a value, you know.
You were pretty successful from fairly early on. Was there ever a time where you're like, okay, maybe skateboarding, you know, maybe my professional career with it won't go forever, and you investigated other avenues as well?
Sure, because my dad hung it over me. I had to quit a few times. First time you're gonna get hurt or you're becoming too crazy or whatever it was, well, I was always really good at school. And so there was always an outside reason, you know, stop it. And then it was like, well, college starts, time to grow up. You're gonna have to get a real job and stuff, so start focusing on that. So the point is I always had this pressure that it could end always within a year. And so in my mind, I always focused. I went 4 years, biomedical engineering and math. And so I always had plans, and it never was to make a career out of skateboarding. In fact, having a career out of skateboarding almost robbed me of the joy I have skateboarding. I've had so many good things happen and honors. I've won a lot of contests and they give me things, you know, random stuff. Trophies come, Hall of Fame, stuff like that, like some magazine survey of athletes. And you get these things in the mail, and I sit there and I stare at them, and they're so abstracted from what I do because I just skate. I just love to skate. But I can tell you really up front that I won, I held a title, world title, as corny as that sounds. For like 11 years, I won 35 out of 36, 33 out of 30. Anyway, I lost one contest in 11 years. And all that did was make me crazy, you know? To be number one, is it important? No, it's not important. It's so easy to become sidetracked with oh, you do this, or you are that. You're Rodney Mullen. I'm like, I'm not that Rodney Mullen. Like, just the tone in your voice, that's not me. But you know what I mean. World champ, whatever. having people like come up like fame. Okay, so I'm a pretty meek guy, whatever. I go to New Jersey, and there was some shop there, and everyone was, 600 people, 700 people are screaming your name. There's so much going on, they didn't know what to do, so they put me on top of this van. And so I'm sitting there on top of this van. The van is rocking. When people call your name, it does something to you. It really does. It's a form of anxiety. What do you want? Right? Rodney, what? What can I give you? And it's the strangest feeling. And I'm up there and I thought, I just skate and I go film tricks and I'm nothing special. Dude, one of the reasons I'm so good is because my insecurity about being accepted. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm up on this van, I'm thinking, dude, they have no idea what made me this is a little craziness. No, I'm just me. I'm just doing what I think. And I see that happen a lot. I used to throw away all my trophies. Now I realize there were some value to other people, so I give them to people, or I do Make-A-Wish, so I give them my awards or whatever it is. Because those things can rob you of your heartfelt desire and focus of, this is why I do what I do, because I love it. I see so many people with so much talent. I see people with such gifts. Thought, my gosh, if only I had reflexes like Daewon. If only I had courage like Jeremy Ray. Or if only I had, right down the list of all these characters and all these attributes I wish I had. And they get what they want, whether it be money or fame, or the board, or whatever it is that they idealize of, that's it for me. And then it just stops. They won't run, they won't chase anymore. And often they become lackluster. It somehow robs them of the joy they had of doing what they did. Because they don't have that passion anymore, because somehow they ate the apple, whatever it was, and it took the romance, the love out of it, and they accomplished their goal, and it was the worst thing for them. It robbed them of what was most precious to them. And so that's I think, part of my, I guess, call it success or gift or whatever it is that I can say is truly, truly in an honest assessment of, why are you doing what you do? Why? Why? Is it for money? What would you do? Okay, here's $5 million. And you're like, how do I feel? How do I feel? And you're excited and you're thinking, oh, I have that in the bank and you don't have to worry and all that stuff. But then a couple of days later, I mean, we're talking, how many hours is that? You're like, okay, what next? What do I do? You want wealth? I have enough to know that, dude, don't get too secure with it. Don't think that there's joy in buying crap, And so that's why I just protect what is of value, really be able to look at it and honestly assess, do I love it and why? And then you've got something.
What do you think is, personally for you, in your life, the ultimate achievement that you want?
The ultimate achievement? Yeah. Dude, it's just peace. Just go back to very basic things. Mm-hmm. No one has it all. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
21.
You're 21. So just know this, just like back to skating. Love the simple things. Don't expect to be put in any special position. Mr. Miyagi type of thing. Just do the simple things. Things that you know, and get satisfaction out of that. Do what you gotta do. Learn the movements for the sake of the movements and enjoy those movements. People say you made up so much stuff. Oh, what's your secret? And I don't have anything. I don't have anything that these people don't have. It's not that I'm like blessed with some ultra creative gene or anything like that. Best said this way by example. I watched, it's one of the stations. You guys are on public TV? Is that what you are? So I'm watching public TV and I see some guy, he's like your classic kind of nerdy pencil neck professor, whatever, in front of some big dusty book. And he read a couple of verses of Shakespeare, some sonnet or something, and he starts to weep. And then it really hit me, is that guy had honed his sensibilities. I mean, here we are, a culture of too much stuff. too much. This guy had done the opposite. He sensitized himself so much. And he saw such beauty in something I couldn't even barely understand. Was pissed off about having to do homework about it. And I thought, this guy's my hero. If I can shape myself to appreciate the fine points and simplicity, I'm rich. And so that's something I carried with me a lot. So when you say, what did I best do to prepare myself? The best you could do, you know? We're all blessed with a mind. It works real well. Dude, we're in like first gear, second gear all the time. You know? We have such headroom if you just learn how to turn it up. And so I focus like, dude, just turn it up. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt other people. But turn it up. Sensitize yourself. But also try to always get a perspective of how is this going to work? How will this sharpen me for what I want to do? Well, I don't know exactly what I want to do. Well, join the club, honestly, right? Hopefully these things just sort of evolve. But one thing for sure, you know, I say in a very honest way of join the club. Dude, how can you know what you want to do straight out of high school or straight just out of college? But you see what I'm saying of have this self-checking mechanism. Just like when I'm skating with tricks, I'm focusing, dude, I'm not going to go start working on a 3-stair and then a 5-stair, hoping to build up to 20. It's not going to work out for me. So I all the time, hey, that's fun, and I might do it for amusement, but be very clear on, is this a skill set that I can use in my sort of portfolio of desires and abilities? But you have to be able to take the components that will work toward one type of goal because you can't be everything. You just can't. You're gonna have to focus. It's gonna be all you, it's gonna be consuming. It's the only way, because everybody's so good. It's the only way you have to get, is if it consumes you. I worked on some movements so much. I don't sleepwalk. I've sleptwalked a couple times, but I mean, it's not something built into me. But the point is I wake up on the ground doing the movements. You see? It's so built into my consciousness that it comes out of me when I'm sleeping physically. And so whatever you do to do it well, it will have to at one time, I think, consume you where you can't sleep and you wake up and you go to the computer or you go to your journal or whatever it is. You have to be that focused. And if you just apply that, so what I'm saying to you is just continue to learn for the sake of learn the basics and enjoy those. And come in humbly, look, I'll do what you gotta, if you want me to be some night tech reading a script, fine, that's what I'll do. You gotta learn their ABCs, they're not gonna hoist you to the top no matter what, unless you prove yourself. No one's just gonna offer you some position at the top. But learn something else that will allow you to get some perspective from underneath or above or from the side that will eventually allow you a perspective that they have not yet seen. But continue to learn from underneath so you can keep applying it, and your day will come. You know, like I say, everything's a function of timing and possibility, a little bit of luck. But just don't go along the path that everyone else goes, because there's no beating them at that, you know? There's some sort of parallel route from underneath. The point is like, who are you? What is your distinct contribution? And that is so valuable. Whether it gets you anything, trophies, doesn't matter. It's just if you know you did it. And so just please enjoy the simplicity. That's Shakespeare, Professor. So that's what I want. I just want peace without worry and anxiety. Sure, we all need money. Drive, and drive hard. And continue to learn. Whatever it is, learn. Love learning. Love learning. That's what drives you. It's not important what you have. It's what could you get or do or soak in that will change your perspective and make you see something. Like getting back to that Shakespeare, Professor. And that's all I can really give you. At least is what has worked for me.